Welcome to Bluegreen Corporation, a leading provider of colorful places to live, work, and play. Bluegreen Corporation is headquartered in Boca Raton, Florida, and is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol BXG. The Bluegreen Corporation family consists of approximately 4,900 employees working in two divisions, Bluegreen Resorts and Bluegreen Communities. Bluegreen Resorts develops, markets, and sells the Bluegreen Vacation Club, a flexible real estate-based vacation ownership system. And Bluegreen Communities develops, markets, and sells planned residential and golf communities. Ranked 57 on Forbes' list of the 200 best small companies, and ranked 48 on Fortune's list of America's 100 fastest growing companies. Bluegreen Corporation is proud to have you on its team and wishes you success as you begin your new career.
Congratulations on your new career, and welcome to Bluegreen Corporation. Thank you for giving me your attention while I provide you with some valuable and necessary information regarding Bluegreen's Customer Information Security Program. My name is Jeff Lorenz, and I'm the Manager of Corporate Governance and Compliance. I work in the legal department, and I've been with Bluegreen for 12 years. If you have any questions whatsoever regarding the information you're about to hear, please feel free to contact me anytime. My door is always open, and I'll be sure and provide you with my contact information before you leave here today. The Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, estimates that over 15 million people in the United States have been affected by identity theft within the last 2 years. Generally, this occurs as a result of a consumer's wallet being stolen, or acts of fraud committed by an employee of a financial institution. But in some instances, it can be the result of a company's failure to protect its customers' information. In response to the growing number of identity theft incidences, Congress has enacted the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act of 1999. Its purpose is to increase the protection of a consumer's financial privacy and implement privacy-related requirements on financial institutions. You may be wondering why Bluegreen Corporation is subject to the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. Well, in addition to marketing, developing, and selling timeshare ownership and home sites, it also extends financing to its customers and is therefore considered a financial institution. The FTC, which is the governing body commissioned by Congress to enforce the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, has instituted two rules in connection with this act: the Privacy Rule and the Safeguards Rule. We'll explore the specific requirements of each of these rules and how they affect you and your job. First, the Privacy Rule. It states that a privacy notice must be given to all consumers who enter into any type of financial transaction. These transactions can range from the issuance of a basic credit card to the financing of a timeshare purchase or home site. These notices must be given to the purchaser initially when they enter into the transaction and annually thereafter. The notice explains who, if anyone, these financial institutions will share your personal information with. These notices also require an opt-out provision in case the consumer does not want his or her information shared with any third party.
If a purchaser of either a timeshare interest or a community's residential lot chooses to finance their transaction, the Privacy Rule requires that they receive a privacy notice, like this one, at the time of their signing.
The second rule in connection with the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act is a Safeguards Rule. As you can see, the Safeguards Rule requires financial institutions such as Bluegreen Corporation to adopt a customer information security program to further protect our customers' non-public personal information. I'll share with you in a moment the most common forms of non-public personal information. Everything that you learn from this point forward is in accordance with the Customer Information Security Program. In fact, this very training, and that you must participate in this training, is in accordance with the Customer Information Security Program. Every Bluegreen associate who has access by any means to our customers' non-public personal information must attend this training. Now, what are the most common forms of non-public personal information? Names, addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers, credit card numbers, bank account numbers, and incoming credit histories. Simply put, any customer's information, financial or not, that you are able to obtain because that person is a customer is protected information. Even the mere fact that they are a customer is non-public personal information and is protected. So, other than protecting our customers' non-public personal information, what does Bluegreen require of you on a daily basis in order to ensure its protection with the safeguards rule? The company requires that access to customers' non-public personal information be limited to only those associates who need this information in order to perform their duties. Every Bluegreen manager must assess and ensure that only those associates who require such access have that access. The company also requires every associate to notify a designated person in their department if they become aware of any potential violations of the program. Please check with your manager to determine who the designated person is in your department. Associates are also required to oversee service providers and outside vendors. Bluegreen Corporation will be held responsible for the actions of its vendors if they have access to our customers' protected information. Therefore, any vendor that has access to our customers' protected information must sign a confidentiality agreement. A standard company-approved confidentiality agreement, along with a sample cover letter, can be found on the company's intranet. Come with me and we'll look at examples of 6 protective steps that must be taken to further protect our customers' information. The first steps we'll talk about are related to passwords. Every associate has a unique username and password that must be kept confidential. Additionally, every associate is required to lock their personal computer before leaving their workstation. This can be done by depressing the Alt key, Control key, and Delete key simultaneously, and then either clicking on the Lock Computer tab or pressing the Enter key.
Protective step number 1. Do not post or openly display your password. Do not divulge your password to others. Protective step number 2. Always lock your computer before leaving your workstation. When you return to your desk, simply depress the Alt, Control, and Delete keys again and type in your password to continue working.
I'd like to take you to one of our secure filing rooms to demonstrate security measures to further protect our customers' information. We'll also discuss the remaining protective steps. Come with me. Excuse me, sir. Do I know you? Do you work here?
No, I'm Steve Jones. I'm here at Plastic Express.
Right.
Someone let me in one of the side doors.
Oh, I'm sorry. That associate shouldn't have let you in our side door.
Protective step number 3. Do not allow unauthorized persons to enter secure areas. Bluegreen Corporation requires all persons to conspicuously wear a badge, identifying himself or herself as either an associate of the company, a consultant, a vendor, or other personnel type approved by Human Resources. Any person on corporate premises that is not a Bluegreen associate must sign the visitor's log located in the main reception area.
Mandy will get you signed in, and she'll get you a badge. Thanks again, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please make a conscious effort to be aware of your surroundings. If you don't recognize someone and they aren't wearing a badge, ask them who they are. Also, please never let anyone into the building if they aren't wearing a badge, including former associates. The next protective steps relate to the handling of documents that contain our customers' non-public personal information. Before we go to the file room, I wanted to show you this bin. As you can see, it's clearly marked for the disposal of documents that require shredding. Documents that contain non-public personal information should never be thrown in the trash, where they can be retrieved for illegal purposes. One of the easiest ways for someone to obtain a customer's private information is searching through the trash for their credit card numbers or social security numbers. So you must always remember to shred documents containing non-public personal information if they're no longer needed. There are bins like this situated throughout the corporate office and field offices as well. Now that I've had an authorized associate let me in, let's see if these file cabinets are securely locked. That's great. They're all locked. It's an added protection to have both the room secure and the file cabinets locked. For example, If an associate needs to get in here to perform their job duties, they may still be appropriately limited to the non-public personal information inside these file cabinets.
Protective step number 4. Do not leave copies of documents containing non-public personal information out in the open when not in immediate use. Desktops should be clear of documents containing protected information when work areas are left unattended. Even documents that are obsolete or no longer needed should be discarded in the appropriate bins specially marked for shredding. Please note, it is against Bluegreen Corporation policy to take documents or copies of documents that contain non-public personal information off the premises. Protective step number 5. Rooms and file cabinets that contain non-public personal information or other paper records must be kept locked when not in use. Clearance to such secure areas should only be granted to those associates whose positions require they have access. Protective step number 6. Keep keys in a safe and secure place. Keys should only be accessible to associates whose jobs require access in order to perform their duties. Always be sure to lock all drawers, cabinets, and rooms that contain non-public personal information when you leave the office for the day.
Now that you're aware of what the company requires of you, what are the consequences if you do not comply with the Customer Information Security Program? Well, disciplinary action, suspension, and/or termination of employment are all potential consequences. Associates may also be subject to civil and criminal penalties. Every Bluegreen associate should be aware that Bluegreen Corporation fully cooperates with local, state, and federal law enforcement officials on all theft investigations, including the theft of our customers' personal information. Additionally, if the company breaches compliance with the Act, it could be subject to civil and class action lawsuits. It may also be subject to substantial fines from the government, negative publicity, and a loss of consumer confidence. Several large companies, such as Choice Point and Discount Shoe Warehouse, have already had their customers' non-public personal information compromised. In fact, Choice Point was fined $15 million in January of 2006. This has even occurred in our own industry. Marriott International Inc.'s timeshare division announced that it is missing computer backup tapes containing credit card information and social security numbers of over 206,000 of its timeshare owners and employees of the company. So join me and the rest of the Bluegreen family in protecting our customers' personal information. Our success depends on our customers' confidence and trust, and we take this responsibility very seriously.
Bluegreen would like to thank you for taking the time to learn about the Customer Information Security Program. And its customers thank you. Good luck in your new career and welcome again to Bluegreen Corporation.